Bethesda's first E3 as part of the Xbox family was an absolute banger, headlined by a glorious new trailer for their intergalactic epic, Starfield. But while that one is still glittering off on the horizon, Bethesda also gave us plenty to dive into right now by announcing 10 more titles going onto Game Pass. Like, immediately. It was pretty awesome. So, here they are. First up, we've got Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, which takes everything we already loved about the steampunk stealth series and adds in cool new ingredients like robot arms, hook mines, and the ability to steal people's faces, Nick Cage style. Also, it stars a character named Billy Lurk, which might be the greatest name a video game character has ever had.
The Dishonored games, of course, come from Arcane Studios, another team that had a great E3 thanks to the reveal of their blood-sucking new shooter, Redfall. But if you want to familiarise yourself with Arcane House style even further, you should definitely check out Arx Fatalis. This first-person action RPG takes place in a world where the sun has failed, leaving all its inhabitants to seek refuge in the caverns. That means that a single massive cave now houses entire communities of humans, dwarves, goblins, and trolls. So it's safe to say that things can get a little tense. Oh, and there's also a god of destruction on the loose, but that's a whole other thing. Arx Fatalis is one of PC's real hidden gems, and well worth a look if you fancy a fantasy RPG with a difference. Doom fans were already pretty much spoiled for choice on Game Pass, but can you really ever have too much Doom? No. The answer is no. The latest entry in the iconic Demon Blasting series to join the service is the 2016 reboot, which introduced a whole new generation of Xbox players to its insane brand of first-person shooting. Tear through rooms filled with all kinds of unholy monsters, pumping your shotgun in time to the roaring metal soundtrack. Perhaps taking a moment to appreciate the game's visual polish before you beat another demon to death with his own severed limbs. It was awesome in the 90s, and it's awesome now. Facts.
Fallout is one of the series that made Bethesda's decision to join the Xbox family so exciting, and now Game Pass members can enjoy an even wider exploration of its irradiated wastelands. The big news for most will be the arrival of Fallout 3, which still stands as one of the most acclaimed RPGs of all time, thanks to its morally fraught tale, wonderfully unhinged characters, and the fact that it lets you detonate an actual nuclear bomb. Or not, it's all about choice, don't forget. PC players can see how this post-apocalyptic tale began with the original 2 games, or take its real-time strategy offshoot out for a spin with Fallout Tactics: Brotherhood of Steel. And while console gamers have already been enjoying the attractions over at New Vegas, their PC buds can now get in on the action too.
But if you prefer your post-apocalyptic dramas with less ethical conundrums and more outlandish violence, Rage might be the way to go. id Software's chaotic first-person shooter takes place in a future version of Earth, which has been overrun with mutants, bandits, and soldiers from a shady government agency. So basically, your best bet is to shoot everything that moves. Unfortunately, the game offers you a splendid variety of highly customizable guns to do just that with. And with Rage 2 also available on Game Pass, there's plenty boomtastic madness for everyone.
Game Pass members with a taste for terror may have already checked out The Evil Within, and now they can continue the story of Detective Sebastian Castellanos. As you'd expect from the mind behind the continually terrifying Resident Evil series, The Evil Within 2 manages to dig into even deeper, more disturbing territory than the first game, by sending you into a computer simulation of an idyllic American town called Union, which naturally doesn't stay idyllic very long at all, and you soon find yourself running away from murderous photographers, mutated monsters, and deranged priests. It's a lot, but in a fun way.
Wouldn't you know it, those pesky Nazis are at it again, with faces just waiting to be punched. The new Colossus takes place in an alternate version of the 60s, where America lost the Second World War and has now fallen under the fascist regime. Fortunately, there's a plucky young group of resistance fighters who aren't willing to give up the fight just yet. Featuring the series' beloved mix of historical fiction, gory action, and supernatural twists, the new Colossus is like an interactive B-movie in all the best ways.
If you're a fan of Bethesda's sprawling worlds, black humour and grimy aesthetics, then there is no question, Game Pass is the place to be. Let us know which games you'll be grabbing, and don't forget to like, subscribe and ring that bell. Bye!